Everybody, good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you're joining us. A very warm welcome to everybody. I am seeing the room is filling up pretty fast. A warm welcome to you. Okay. So once again, hello everybody and welcome to today's event. I would like us to start the program. My name is Doreen Odongo, and I work with African women in agricultural research and development. I'm delighted to see many familiar names in the list. So I'm inviting everybody to please say hello in the chat. The chat function is open. We are delighted to have with us today the 42 emerging policy practitioners from 7 countries that we are admitting into the Gender Responsive Agriculture Systems Policy Fellowship, which we commonly refer to as the GRASP Fellowship. We also have, I can see lots of the policy fellows. A warm welcome to you all. I am seeing award trainers, members of the A team. A warm welcome to everybody. I'm seeing the award staff. Welcome to you all. And as we say in Nairobi, karibuni sana. I believe we have some mentors here. I don't know. Some of the mentors I can see. Just to say, welcome to this session today, where we are very delighted to admit and invite, welcome the emerging policy practitioners into the GRASP Fellowship and into the award family. I'm delighted to be your moderator today. So my job today is pretty simple. It's basically just to moderate the event and to steer the program. So I'd like to make a few announcements before we start the program officially. One is that we are recording the session and we are also streaming it live on YouTube. So you can feel free to share with your networks so that they can join us on YouTube. We are happy to welcome external participants to join us. You can share with your colleagues and other friends and associates to join into the event. And also we are recording it, so even your chats will be visible. If you have any question or need any assistance in the course of the session, feel free to type your question in the chat, and any of our colleagues from Award will respond to you. In terms of the program, we are going to have a 1-hour session with everybody as we introduce the emerging policy practitioners to the GRASP family. So we'll invite our director to give an overview of award and of the fellowship. And then we will hear from 2 policy fellows who will talk about their experiences in the fellowship and give like a preview, like what is it called? A snippet of what the policy fellows can expect. And then after that, we will close this session and give you an update about the following session, which will basically be for the policy practitioners and the policy fellows. So the mentor-mentee pair, who will go into the training session, into the mentoring orientation as you get introduced into the mentoring program, and you will be in that session together with the award trainers. That is an overview of the program. Feel very free to ask any questions that you may have in the chat function. We will be monitoring your chats, but in the meantime, do feel free to introduce yourself, say hello to us, tell us where you're joining us from. I am joining from a fairly cold Nairobi, but I'm happy to be here. Okay, so without further ado, I'd like to invite the award director, Dr. Susan Carrier, to come in and give the welcome remarks as she talks about award as well. Welcome, Susan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a pleasure to be here. And I'm so excited to see all of you who have joined us today. My name is Susan Carrier. As Doreen has said, I'm the director for award. And I'm very pleased to be able to make some remarks during this, during the opening or the launch of the gender responsive agriculture, during the mentoring orientation workshop for the emerging policy practitioners. As Doreen has said, a warm welcome to all of you who are here. A warm welcome to the emerging policy professionals, to the GRASP fellows, if there are any mentors, to the mentors. I understand eventually there will be 42 pairs, so I'm excited about that. And also a warm welcome to the award team. I've seen many of us have joined to support this, this event, and to the 18 trainers as well. So before I make my remarks, let me tell you a little bit about award. Award was established in 2008 as a career development fellowship program, and we were responding to the underrepresentation of women in leadership positions in the agriculture research for development sector in Africa. And we realized that if we wanted women to get to positions of leadership, we really needed to give them the tools they needed in order to succeed. So Award developed a leadership training program. We developed a mentoring training program. We developed a program around better being able to prepare better proposals, winning proposals really, to publish their work, but also linking them with the networks that they needed. And as part of that, we developed the mentoring program that you guys are about to go through. One of the things that we realized very quickly is that it was good to work at the individual level, so building the leadership skills of our fellows, but they needed to go back to institutions that were supportive of them. So as a result, we established our institutional engagement program, where we are strengthening skills of, strengthening capacity of institutions to address gender in their policies and in their practices. The third area, and which is where the GRASP fellowship fits in so well, is around the enabling environment. We also realized that if we want sustainable change to happen, we needed to engage with the policy systems so that we can address the systemic barriers that women face. So as a result, now Award works at the individual level, at the institutional level, and at the enabling policy level. And the GRASP fellowship is very special to us because it allows us to very directly engage with policy and look at how to design and implement gender responsive policies, agri-food policies. And I know you'll be hearing a lot about that from some of the policy fellows who will be talking to you today. We are also really excited because as the GRASP fellows begin to work on how to design gender responsive policies, agri-food policies, we know that they're going to work alongside you, the emerging policy practitioners, and you're going to be working together as a team. This is where this program, the mentoring orientation workshop, comes into play, because it's going to provide you with the tools that you need to successfully engage with each other. So now let me come to the mentoring orientation workshop. The purpose of the workshop is to provide you, as I've said, with the skills, the knowledge, the tools, and the connections that you're going to need as you embark on this mentoring partnership with each other. It is a moment for us, a very proud moment, let me say, where you, our GRASP fellows, are going to begin to apply all the leadership and mentoring skills that you've been acquiring as you've been working with your mentors. And now you take on the baton and become the mentors. For you, the emerging policy professionals, this workshop is going to provide you with the supportive environment for both personal and professional growth. We hope that this workshop and what leads after will open new doors to you, support your career growth, but also bring you many connections. And you'll hear some of the connections that start to take place as you get involved in the training. So at Award, we know that the mentoring is a very powerful tool to support both personal and professional growth. And it's also a really crucial aspect of how people get ahead in today's professional world, where people create the networks that they need to support the growth. So, and it's also, mentoring is also an essential component of a well-planned career development. And it's a way people establish professional networks that you need every time you're trying to get ahead in your career. The award team and our trainers, I understand, have organized a highly interactive set of sessions that will provide you with opportunities to initiate your mentoring relationships, networking amongst each other, amongst the mentors and you. It's also going to clarify roles and expectations in your new process, your core learning process. It will help you to develop what we call the purpose roadmaps. And these purpose roadmaps are really guided steps towards achieving your career journey. I've been told that the course covers many exciting topics, including tools for mentoring, skills in active listening, communication skills, understanding your personality, understanding how to manage conflict, understanding the power of assertive and empowering conversations, how to give feedback and how to receive it, but also how to present. So presentation skills, there'll be lots of individual coaching, but also lots of group coaching, and there'll be lots of opportunities to network. I should tell you that we have a long history of organizing very successful mentoring training.
Okay. Is Susan frozen or is it my connection?
I think she is.
I think it's Susan.
It's Susan. Okay. All right. So I think okay, she has dropped off. But thank you, Susan. I think she was just winding up. Sorry for your connection, Susan, but yes, thank you so much for reminding us how today, and particularly this event, is very important as a continuation of our efforts in building the connections and yet more bricks that we are bringing in to build the network of policy practitioners in Africa, driving gender-responsive, evidence-based policy processes. So we are particularly very excited and honored that we have young and emerging policy practitioners joining this movement. And we are hoping at the end of it all, we'll have a very powerful, strong movement of African policy practitioners who are influential. So at this time, I would like to go straight into inviting Aisha. As Aisha prepares to come, I just want to say thank you so much. I can see you're engaging in the chats. Do feel free to continue telling us who you are and where you're joining us from. So I'm delighted to invite Aisha Hadija. Aisha Hadija is a social development expert and a partner with Style Consulting in Nigeria. And she is one of the policy fellows in the first cohort of the GRASP Fellowship. Aisha is going to talk to us about her experiences in the fellowship, her motivation to join the fellowship, what she's gaining, as well as a word of encouragement or advice to the emerging policy professionals that are joining us today. Welcome, Aisha. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Doreen. Thank you very much, Doreen, and a warm welcome to all of you here. It is my pleasure to welcome you today as my fellow policy fellows, and then also the emerging practitioners. I'm thrilled to be here with you as you kick off this new chapter. And rightly to what Director Susan said, what inspired me to really join the GRASP Fellowship is the program's mission, the drive to create and nurture a pool of confident and capable African women who would lead policy changes across our continent. It's simply just an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. And the community that we are building together, that we have built, I should say, of like-minded individuals, and we are dedicated to making a positive impact. It's just amazing to see. And like Doreen said, we hope in the future to see a positive movement in the years to come. So in my time with GRASP, I would like to share with you some of the experiences that I have had professionally and personally as well. So professionally, I have actually had the opportunity to work on my policy implementation plan. And mine personally is focusing on catalyzing policy actions for an equitable food system in the region of my choice in Nigeria. Now, what does all that mean? So we know that in Africa, we have beautiful policies, but then implementation is a problem. So the focus of my PIP, or the premise of my policy implementation project, is to focus on empowering and advocating for policymakers to understand these policies that we have. Sometimes we think they do, but there is empowerment to be done there. And then for policymakers to be at the forefront of advocating for these resources. And I look very, very much forward to working with my emerging practitioner, Helen Okotie, who is actually on the call. Shout out to you. I look forward to working with my closely so that we can actually implement strategies that make a real difference. And by the time we are done, what it would look like is that we would have a comprehensive and interactive learning manual, a training manual for policy practitioners to be able to conduct training of trainers amongst themselves, to be able to analyze and implement gender responsive policies. And this would all be done using tools and principles that we fellows have actually learned throughout the process, or thus far on our process. So that emerging practitioners is something you have to look forward to, because there is a lot of professional learning that comes along with it, and not just professional, but also personal. Director Susan actually touched off on some of it, and my personal highlight was a training we went through on leadership skills that touched off on negotiation skills, which I use on a day-to-day basis at work to be able to ask for exactly what I want, the support I need, in the manner I need it in an assertive way, without actually coming off as abrasive or bossy. Fine line. But as we embark on this journey together, fellows and policy emerging practitioners, I am excited, and I know I speak for the rest of my fellows when I say we are excited to share our experiences and our insights with you, emerging policy professionals. I believe that working together and supporting each other, we can actually drive positive impacts. 2 words from me before I actually hand over to Doreen is that emerging practitioners, please embrace every opportunity that comes with this fellowship. I mean, the journey ahead will be challenging, but it would also be incredibly rewarding. Be open to learning, be ready to actually unlearn certain things. It would definitely test the bounds of what you know and what you have known for a while. So step out of your comfort zone. And then this mentoring orientation workshop that we're launching today is really just the beginning. So make the most of it, and I am excited to see what we can all achieve together with enthusiasm, dedication, and commitment to excellence. Thank you very much, and I'll hand over back to Doreen.
Thank you very much, Aisha. I forgot to tell us all to appreciate Susan's remarks. Please joining me in appreciating Susan as well as Aisha for sharing her inspiration and her own journey in the fellowship. We are excited at your vision of success, Aisha, not just in your policy innovation project, but also in your work. And we are right behind you alongside all the other policy fellows who are doing a lot of other exciting exciting work. And so I'm sure that the emerging policy practitioners are excited as I am to just get into this family to begin discovering what else we have in the fellowship. At this point, I'd like to invite Dr. Romana Mbinya. Dr. Romana Mbinya is a lecturer and researcher at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, who is also going to share with us about her fellowship experience as well as her policy focus. Welcome, Romana. We are excited to have you. I know you are just jumping from another call, but we are happy to have you here. Karibu.
Asante sana. Thank you so much, Doreen. It's nice to see you since March. It's also a pleasure to be part of this noble cause. A very warm welcome to our young emerging policy professionals. As Doreen has introduced me, my name is Romana. I'm a policy fellow. And I'm here basically just to share my journey with award and also to encourage our junior policy professionals and remind them that their decision to join us is good and will be fruitful, probably in the next 1 year. So now, if I would say, and this is a story that I've shared before, that I waited for over 10 years to become an award fellow. And therefore, when this opportunity came for fellows to apply for the GRASP fellowship, I think I was the applicant number 1, applied on the same day. And my quest to join award was because of an experience that I had at that time. You'll all agree with me that professional journeys can be very lonely. You could just be fighting your own war. Sometimes you feel like you're trying to walk in darkness, trying to find your true north in terms of your career growth. So I felt like I needed somewhere to anchor, or just somebody to walk into my career and my life to give me a torch to know where I was going career-wise. So, and I'm happy that I got this from award. For that period that I've been a fellow in the last 1 year, I can confidently say that I've seen a big change, both in my professional and my personal sphere. I didn't even have the courage, probably even to voice my concerns in terms of, my career growth. I remember sharing with one of the fellows that we, in the office, we do a lot of unpaid duties because we do not have that moral courage to talk to our seniors. But being a fellow and undergoing through leadership training, negotiation training, I think now I've got the confidence to talk. I don't feel anymore like I'm an imposter. You have the strengths, you have the capacities, but you're not confident of yourself. Award has given me that confidence. It is given me platforms to talk, platforms to share my ideas, even ideas that I didn't imagine were worthy. People listen and they applaud you for that. So joining award has been a key thing to me. Professionally, I would say I've got networks. I have networks of now over 50 ladies all over Africa. We have made great friendships out of that. Doreen has just mentioned that I just completed presenting in a webinar that I was invited by one of the fellow award fellows, Clara. So that's an opportunity that came because of award. And because today we are sharing, we are here to encourage the young policy professionals. I want to encourage them and just like we were encouraged, that they're not going to walk a lonely journey like some of us did. Award has given us an opportunity to have mentors, and these mentors have been very instrumental to our career growth. They have also been very instrumental to encouraging us like mine, Professor Mwebi has been very instrumental to encouraging me. You know, it's possible, Romana, you can apply for this grant. It's possible, Romana, you can try these opportunities. So we are also here to work with you through your professional journey. And I also want to probably just share with the team what I'm doing in regard to my project. I'm an extensionist by profession, and when I started when I joined this fellowship, my intention was to really look at the extension policy, because I felt that the extension policies were not gender responsive. And I'm thankful that Award has been able to support me. Now I'm working on my policy project, policy innovation project. And the innovation project is on reviewing our extension policies to make them gender responsive. My emerging policy professional is Mr. Kennedy Mutuku. We are working with him in the office, and I'm happy I've been able to include him in my work. We are going to be working with him to collect data and making some of the policy briefs, and of course, influencing the spheres under which we are working. Now, my last word, and this is an advice that I would love to give to our young or to our incoming emerging policy professionals. Now, one, I want to encourage them, trust the process. You have made the right decision to become one of us. The other thing that I would love to encourage them, because this is some of the things that I've learned by being a fellowship, a policy fellow, be committed to what you want to do. We are going to be doing our roadmap. It may look impossible from the word go. However, stay committed. Don't underestimate your capacity as a person, like some of us did some years back. You're capable and your ideas are very valid. And as I close, I want to thank Award for giving us an opportunity also to give birth to other young policy professionals. For me, I think it's going to be a very wonderful journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Romana. Thank you for such inspiring remarks. It's always so inspiring for me to listen to you. You're a fantastic storyteller. And yes, you will never walk alone, for real. When you join Award, like for real, you'll never walk alone. And yes, I see you just echoing what Aisha said, which is also something that I want to emphasize. You're telling us not to stay true to the process, to stay committed in the process, and to be very open-minded. There's so many people who are going to hold our hands, but something that I'm also very excited to hear you mention is how you've already started involving or planning to involve your mentee, you know, the emerging policy professional that you're working with in the evidence generation for your policy innovation project. So indeed, I think it's very exciting of what lies ahead for not just the fellowship, but everybody in Award and in this network. So thank you very much to our speakers. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Let's appreciate them for, you know, being very much willing to share with us. As I invite my colleague, Esther Njeru, Senior Officer, Leadership and Training, to come in and just give any closing remarks. Unless you have any very burning question or comment that you would like to share, because once Esther speaks, we will take a break and you know, go into the next session of today's agenda. I'm seeing a hand. Adiola has a hand up. Go on. Okay, I think maybe it was by mistake. I'm not seeing the hand again. So I'll hand over to Esther. Esther, welcome.
Thank you, Doreen. Thank you. It was a beautiful, beautiful session. My name is Esther Njeru. I'm the Senior Officer Training and Development. And indeed, this is a great day for us at Award. And this is not just a normal course. We've had quite a number of courses, many interventions, but this is normally one of the unique ones. Why? Because it's about passing the baton that we have brought in fellows, they have been mentored, they have received, and now they are giving back. So this for us is really special. That transformation, that passing on of knowledge, that growing each other so that we transform our continent. So for us, indeed, it's a great day. And I'm really delighted to see all of you here. Sometimes you do an event, you do an invite, and you keep checking, are they going to show up? And then they start trickling in numbers. So really, thank you first of all of you for honoring this event and for showing up. So thank you very much for that. And also, it's really nice. Award is a family. Now I'm really just excited seeing our fellows, people we've interacted before, seeing Rashida, seeing Max Miller, Clara, Judith, and so many others. So thank you very much. This is really indeed a special thing that happens within Award's family. Once you join Award, you remain family. And not only just an alumni, but you become part of us. So thank you so much. And maybe I just first want to thank our director, Dr. Susan Carrier, for her remarkable and insightful remarks. Thank you for your support. Indeed, you are the one who keeps driving us and just telling us we can do it. And presence of our Deputy Director, Dr. Michelle Mbochwao. She's been behind the birthing of this program, the GRASS program. Thank you very much. And also Madame Pauline Bomet, who is behind the curriculum and the interventions that we give at Award. Thank you all for your inputs. You also have Dr. Margaret Mangeni, who is supporting our GRASS fellows in their PIPs. Thank you, because that is one of the outputs that is going to grow us and also and give us really results that we can really be proud of. We also have our speakers. Thank you, Aisha. And thank you for those remarks. Thank you for your commitment. And also Romana Binya, really, that it took you 10 years. So when you see things happening, there's a lot of faith. There's a lot of not giving up. So it's really wonderful just hearing you say that, and even to hear that you're coming from another meeting. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. There's normally quite a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. And our fellows who are joining us, thank you for honoring this and also being ready to give back and to mentor. And also for the mentees, our emerging policy professionals, now it's your time. Get as much as you can. Know it takes commitment, but also let's now have, you are the grandchildren. Now we need to have great and great grandchildren as you grow the capacity in our continent. We thank you. And now even we graduate our policy fellows, now we are calling them mentors. And that is how the African culture goes. Then I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of our facilitators. They've been with you, the policy fellows. They are familiar faces. You'll get to meet them more officially, but I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Douglas Ouma, Madam Monica Kapiriri, Dr. Albert Cindy, and Madam Sepiso Mugandi. We also have at hand Madam Beatrice Owino, who will be taking us through the orientation process after this session. Last but not least, my colleagues who are here, who have worked tirelessly. What you see at the table and presented just to you has taken a lot of work behind the scenes. So we have our working group lead, Madam Anne Omamo. We also have Sabina, we have Christine, we have Joanne, we have Elizabeth and Ndegwa. They are the people who will be communicating with you quite often. We are grateful for their input. We also have the support of our colleagues who have joined us. Thank you very much for taking time to come and be with us. Thank you for your support. And even when you don't get the people that I've mentioned in the working group who will be communicating with you, Award is a family and you get support from everyone that you reach out to. And also to our moderator, Madam Doreen Odongo, thank you very much for this exciting start of the launch and the start of this mentoring orientation workshop. We are grateful, and now I'll hand over to Doreen for the next session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you very much, Esther. Really, so for me is to just say asante sana for joining, and we are delighted to officially say that the mentoring program for the emerging policy practitioners is on. At this point, we are going to take a 5-minute break. The rest, so when we come back after the 5 minutes, we are only expecting the emerging policy practitioners and their mentors, who are the award policy fellows, and of course the trainers. The rest of the participants, including the award staff who are not expected to be in the session, are free to drop off the call as you now embark on your mentoring journey. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Yes, and all the best.
Thank you, Doreen.
So we come back, don't log off, just, take a break and then come back at 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, well, it's now 15:41. So maybe we can plan to come back at, Esther, should we just say we come back 10 minutes to the top of the hour, actually?
Yes, yes.
10 minutes to the top of the